Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Lately, I've been focusing on what I like to call my mini Rennie series, small transformations that breathe new life into overlooked corners of my home. In today's project, I'm turning my attention to a little nook that was ready for some personality. It all started with a Market Facebook find, a piece with great bones but in need of a little love after stripping it back, adding a touch of DIY, and layering in some cozy fall styling. This corner first came to life when we moved in during Christmas. I was eager to decorate our new home, and at the time I leaned into a collected art look. It was beautiful in its own way, but I quickly realized it shifted the feeling of our home into something that didn't quite reflect me, so piece by piece I began to take the frames down. Right now I'm craving a less is more approach, simplicity, clarity, and space to breathe. It's almost like a season of decluttering where even a dumpster in the driveway feels tempting. And through that process, I realized something important. None of the art truly meant anything to me. What my home needs now is more heart, personal photographs, and meaningful touches that tell a story and not just fill the walls. I came across this chest of drawers on Facebook Marketplace, and if you listened to our last podcast episode, you'll remember us mentioning that Evelyn has the best marketplace listings. One night while we were on FaceTime, she helped me scroll through my local listings, sharing her tips on what to look for and helping me hunt for a piece perfect for this corner. And that's when she pointed out this piece, saying that it looked identical to one she already owned and that it would strip beautifully, and she was right. I used Easy Off oven cleaner, and as soon as I sprayed it, the old finish began to lift, which was a really good sign. I let it sit for about 30 minutes before rinsing it off with soapy water. Now, I have a sensitive nose, and one thing I don't enjoy is that lingering antique smell older furniture tends to carry, so I did my research. First, I sprayed the entire piece inside and out with a mixture of equal parts of water and white vinegar, letting it sit in the sun before repeating the process twice. That took care of most of the odor, but the drawers still held onto it. To fix that, I picked up a furniture slab from Amazon, which not only sealed the wood, but it also masked the old scent, making the drawers usable again, and I was very excited to get rid of that smell. This piece turned out to be exactly what I was searching for. It fits the wall perfectly, and while it's old, it feels new to me. There's a delicacy and a dainty character that fills this corner with just the right amount of charm. I'll admit I'm very particular when it comes to furniture. It's taken me almost a year to find the perfect piece for this spot. Every time I came across something similar, it was either missing a knob, the wrong size, or simply overpriced. This chest was worth the wait, and maybe that's a reminder in all of this. Give your home time and time will fill it. The right pieces will find their way in when they're meant to. To replace the collection of frames, I decided to feature one large piece, one frame from a set of 4 that had been living in our foyer. I've since spread throughout the home. I wanted to make a small change to really curate this new space. The stark white mat, however, clashed with the creamy white walls, so I decided to wrap it in linen fabric. I used a flat sheet from one of my bedding sets. This one is from Simple Opulence. You can find it on Amazon. After searching through fabrics for weeks, nothing felt as perfect as this color. My husband and I really aren't fans of flat sheets, so this was a happy little solution for me. I had more than enough fabric to cover all 4 frames. Even though I'm using one, I'm going to spread the other frames throughout my home. I cut each piece about 2 inches larger than the mat so that I could fold it neatly over the edges. Steaming didn't work as well for me, so I recommend using a flat iron to keep everything smooth and crease free. I chose to adhere the fabric directly to the mat with an adhesive I picked up from Walmart, though a less permanent approach with painter's tape works as well. Throughout the process, it's important to keep flipping over the mat and checking for any wrinkles, making sure to smooth everything out. The adhesive made folding the fabric over so much easier. Without it, the material shifted too much and I had so many wrinkles, so I went with the adhesive route. As I folded each edge, I made sure the opposite side stayed smooth and clean. The process is a bit time consuming, but the results are truly stunning. Linen matting can be expensive and even hard to find, so I love that I was able to create something that fits my style, my home perfectly, using frames and fabric that I already had. I may or may not have indulged in a tiny silver lamp from Williams-Sonoma. Okay, fine. It was an impulsive splurge, a birthday treat to myself. I wanted something dainty and feminine. This lamp added exactly the delicate touch for the space that I was looking for. For styling, I decided to create two different vignettes, starting with a more maximalist approach. Behind the lamp, I added a mirror that will remain in this corner permanently. I love the subtle functionality it brings. In the corner, I placed a vintage comfy pot along with some magnolia oak leaf stems I picked up last year. These stems will definitely be on repeat in my home this fall. They are stunning, and if you haven't grabbed yours yet, they are still in stock. I used 4 stems in the pot to achieve a really full, lush look. Next, I layered in some books and added 2 marble pairs from Olive Atelier. With a combination of wood and metal elements already in the space, the marble adds a subtle layer of texture and visual interest. And of course, I added a candle. While I can't burn it because it's so close to the stems, it's purely just for aesthetics. But for those of you like me who love scent, I recently discovered a mini battery-operated diffuser while visiting family in Georgia. I'm using a vanilla scent. I love that I can tuck it behind a vase without worrying. It has an automated setting, so the fragrance fills the space effortlessly. For the second vignette, I wanted a look with less curated clutter while still incorporating the layered details that I love. I began by removing everything, keeping only the lamp, she lives here, and I swapped out the vintage pot for a slim, tall, curvy vase from Maggie & Co. I also replaced the mirror with a frame from Hobby Lobby just to showcase different styling options, though I still prefer the mirror in this space for functionality. Since the lamp is on the smaller side, I added a stack of books underneath it to give it a little more height behind the frame behind it. For the stems, I chose one of my all-time favorites from A Floral, the Grape Ivy stem. I've used 2 for a more minimal, airy look. I added a vintage marble dish as a saucer for my candle. This one is from Forget Me Not Candle in one of my favorite scents. And as a finishing touch, I filled the dish with some scented filler from Target, adding that organic lived-in feel that I love. And with that, today's mini Rennie transformation is complete. I'd love to hear which vignette speaks to you the most. Do you love the Facebook Market find? Have you found anything just like it? I hope you enjoyed spending time with me as much as I enjoyed filming this for you, and I will see you guys in my next video.